welcome into Battlefield Earth 2, patch 1.09 HD edition. Today we got 1v1 on Forts of Anduin 2, and our players are going to be Cr0w playing in the bottom side over there, Isen Elf in red, and his opponent is going to be white. Player of the Isengard is going to be Vito, and Cr0w already used his Palantir or Foresight, while Vito is still waiting for it. He's starting with one furnace and the Uruk pit, while his opponent decided to go double Mall Tree into the Elven Barrack. Let's talk a little bit about the players. Cr0w, Battlefield Earth 2 legend at the moment. If we are talking about Clan Wars, he was playing tons of games. He's, I think, still, in the time of this recording, he's still #1 in Clan Wars League for this month, so it's really important to look at him. And lots of people ask me about Ectelions matches, because we saw and we know that Ectelion won tons of tournaments. It's really good to learn from him, but definitely if we compare Cr0w at this moment to Ectelion, I think Cr0w is winning everything at the moment. I mean, Clan Wars, he's winning Clan Wars matches, like he's playing tons of games, and he definitely improved so much that it's really important to watch this player at the moment. As we can see, Barrack near the fortress, all those mallow trees, at least two of them are near the side of the fortress, so the fortress can fire near those mallow trees. The other farm, the other mallow tree is outside. Let's check as well the Isengard play. Isengard, because he starts with one furnace, one Uruk, but he decided, and he was rather forced to go with pikes in order to get some treasures out of the Warclare. The same goes for Elf. Elf, even if you get all those units from the one barrack, except riders, is definitely important for him to get as much experience, to get as much creeps and treasures out of the war creeps and trollers later on. Far side is ready for Elfen player. Vito used his Palantir on the opposite side team, and although Cr0w delay a little bit this barrack, it's not barrack forward, so he is not investing that much in the creeping at the moment. He will not be that faster than his opponent, but he will definitely scout that his opponent started in pikes, and he was able to creep, maybe some creep jack with builder, not possible at the moment. Really good reaction out of Vito getting the creep done, and he's going for work pit, as it is important to get rid of those Lorien archers as fast as possible. Farsight been used in order to increase the range of the archers, as we can see, bonus for the temporary range for a little bit of the percentage over there, and always stuck with other spells like Running Call, for example, or Elfen Wood, so you can combine those two spells in order to get temporary range bonus for your archers, and definitely get some Running Call of those archers as well, so they deal more damage. So it's really important to get Farsight as a power point that can give you buff, not only so the opposite side buildings. Vito just creates his own work pit and going for Rogue Riders, because he needs to rid of those really good Lorien archers, as it is for an Elves. Elves possessed really good Lorien archers at the beginning of the game. There is some creep jack on the side of Elfen player, as he knew that his opponent will be forced to creep another Warclare on the side, and he's not able to deal that much damage because those Lorien archers on level 1. Really good micro out of Vito also. He was able to take care about Lorien warriors, deal enough damage, push them back. Even if it's near his furnace, he will be able, I guess, to protect it, and he will be able to creep the side Warclare. In the meantime, he also got the Work Riders, so it's really easy for him at the moment to clear up all those infantry units except pikes, and definitely Work Riders are better than Rivendell Lancers that may not appear in this matchup also. Furnace went down, really good micro out of Cr0w. He was able to pick up this furnace. It shouldn't happen, but Work Riders weren't there at the time, and although Vito was able to creep, which was really important on the side of Elf, he was able to creep up this Warclare on the left side, and he's going straight for the Troller, I guess, in order to get more treasures, got more experience for his Lorien archers that at the moment got level 3. We got Green Piger and also those Rivendell Lancers, as I said before. They are not that good against Work Riders. Work Riders definitely with How ability and 65% of damage bonus will be able to deal a significant amount of damage and also kill them. Also, Palantir gives them temporary speed bonus, like 15%, so those riders could be killed easily. It's almost like in Battlefield Earth 1 when you get to chase with your teammate Rohirrim's or Gondor soldiers, and you give your ultimate this Vision of Palantry bonus in order for him to increase the speed. So now Palantry been used, increasing the speed of units, getting away. Also there is a Lures on the battlefield, a really important hero, two-shotting those Rivendell Archers. Also the Hold Grandstands in order to save and not been getting that much damage out of the fires of the arrows of this Lures. Lures got level 2, he at least wants to get level 3 at this point. But it's pretty good that he get more and more. Let's check the command points. As we can see, 450 for the Isengard player. How ability of Warcry has been used. Builder will be sniped over there, I guess, or maybe no, it's going to be sniped over there. Rivendell Archers cannot get near this army because there are pikes on level 3. Those Rivendell Archers heavily damaged. They may be even killed over there. Lures may get level 3 after this. Really important also. And okay, good micro out of the Elfen player trying to get away, but he lost a couple of riders in the process anyway. 5 power points at the moment for the Isengard player. He was able to get away with this Rivendell Lancer, which is heavily damaged, but level 3.5 for Lures, that's really important. We are equal in power points, 5 power points to 5 power points from both sides. I guess it's going to be longer game. Quacking units like that and wasting resources for the Warcry riders, it's not something that you would like to do, but I'm not going to say anything. Vito is doing everything right in this matchup over here and get more units. R1 on the battlefield for the Elfen player also in order to harass the furnaces over there. I guess furnaces are really squishy, but you can also cripple the R1 with a level 4 ability of the Lures, so it's got to... This R1 got to be careful, with Cr0w got to be careful. He got also a little bit of resources maybe for the Lures, which is a really important hero, in order to, with the Hot Strike, to deal more damage to the infantry or Warp Riders, but we'll see what's going to happen. Definitely those Warp Riders will force those Rivendell Lancers to get away. Lures will level up also, almost to level 4. R1 on level 1 doing completely nothing at the moment, but it's not like she can. Mirror of Galadriel near the fortress to heal up those Rivendell Lancers, really important. And look at this, level 4 for Lures, this is really important for the Isengard side. Cripple is available and Palantry is available, 6 power points also, so he may cripple and kill this R1 by himself at the moment, which is not big of the deal, receiving level 5, almost level 5, like 4.5 for his hero. Really good multitasking, although for Cr0w, I got to say he's attacking with his R1 while trying to deal as much damage as possible. Really good also placement over there with those archers, but it's not enough. Warp Riders will find a way and kill off all of them in order to get out, and pikes will be killed in the process also. Lures got to get away at the moment, or rather cripple the R1, which just destroyed the furnace and received level 2.5. There is Legolas on the battlefield. As I said before, Hot Strike may be really important in taking rid of those Warp Riders. Palantir been used in order to increase the speed, and cripple may be used. Yes, it is. R1 will not be able to get away. Maybe she will be able to get the furnace down at level 4. No, level 3.5, it's not enough. And Lures will definitely by himself, killing this R1 in the process, dealing really decent amount of damage, receiving almost 10 power points. And this is it. Almost level 5 also for Lures, so almost leadership for him, which is also really important. 60% of damage, it's something that you would like to get, or 50% of damage and 25% of experience. I was almost mistaken. I don't know what this Legolas is doing over here by himself. He saw that R1 was sniped and killed pretty easily, so he shouldn't be even there. Rivendell Lancers, he's trying to deal as much damage as possible with them, but it's not looking good for him while you get to face those Warp Riders. And good cancellation, good delays on those furnaces out of Vito. Also aggressive stance on heroes, this is really important. Saruman on the battlefield, so that's horrible for the elf to see. Fireball on level 2 may deal a really good amount of damage. Wizard Blast on the level 1 is still really effective. Even if he's going to miss this Wizard Blast, he will force this army of elves to just spread across the map, and then he may catch up with Warp Riders or other infantry units. So this is really important. As we can see, Rivendell is trying to deal as much damage as possible in order to get 10 power points. They are closer and closer in order to get it. Maybe one Hot Strike may finish this and get the opponent the amount of power points that he needs, which is 10 power points. Also, Vito possesses 10 power points himself, so Whitesman of Downland will be summoned. And here we go. Lures is trying to level up on Lorien Archers. Elf is not yet prepared, and there is Arwen. Arwen who may be crippled, and there is a spread which I was talking about before. It's not going to work out because if you spread and there is good hot strike, really good hot strike in the entire battalion, but this battalion is level 2, he may get away. So hot strike been used, not killing the entire battalion of Warg Riders in the process. Almost 10 power points for Elfen player at the moment, which is also really important for him to get this Tom Bombadil ability. And there is a cripple. There is 10 power points, so it may be savior for Legolas. We'll see what's happened if Cr0w decided to go for it. It seems that not. Legolas is really squishy and he will be killed. And now there is a Tom Bombadil a little bit late, level 5-4 lures, which means only one thing: leadership. Weapon of Dalan been summoned, Wizard Blast been used, Fireball also for level 4 onto Legolas. Flood been used, but Arwen almost killed over there in the process. The Weapon of Dalan dealing damage, destroying the barrack. There is another barrack also, and the Green Puser to be destroyed. Defensively, Tom Bombadil, he was forced to do it. Definitely, he will be able to deal a really good amount of damage. But nonetheless, look at the amount of resources. He doesn't have resources at all. He was forced to use all his abilities. While Vito possessed 3k resources at the moment, he may create more barracks, more units, and definitely improve it with command points. He got only 800 command points at the moment, while he could easily get 1k already. And he's still pushing this Tom Bombadil back while dealing damage with this Warg Rider battalion level 3 at the moment, almost level 4. So it's really, really good to see. And also, Cr0w is trying to deal as much damage as possible, but he'll be pushed back nonetheless. Another Uruk pet on the battlefield, another furnace on the battlefield. It's looking really good for Isengard. It's looking really good for Isengard at the moment. 12 power points for him. He's still getting more experience for his heroes. While Elf loses both those heroes, loses the command point lead, losing also the power points and the resources. Another barrack on the battlefield to deal more damage. Actually, another builder could be useful as well. But double barrack at least, this is something that you would like to see out of Isengard, who got the advantage. Legolas on the battlefield, but we saw if he get crippled, he is really squishy and he'll be killed in the process. More Maltrees out of Elfen player. Still is trying to harass with those Rivendell Lancers on the left side, which is pretty effective. Keep at least the Isengard busy, which shouldn't happen. Another Uruk pit. This is really good for Isengard to get lots of Uruk pits, so he doesn't need to walk his units onto the barracks. This is something that I dislike a lot. This Warg Rider battalion should be near home. It's level 4, you don't want to lose this battalion. And definitely move forward with units. Move forward as fast as possible if you can, and he definitely can. He got enough units on the battlefield. Elf also purchased the fountain, it's called, near the fortress, so it's heal up units faster even than Mirror of Galadriel. So it's really important to have. It's also not that cheap like Mirror of Galadriel, but it's really important to have it near the fortress. And builder forced to create a wall hub to protect himself. That's something nice. And now Isengard is going in. If he only crippled the Legolas, I mean, he'll be victorious. If he only crippled Legolas, it's all that he needs to do. Hot Strike being used onto the Saruman pushing back. Arwen is on the battlefield. Hot Strike being used. Oh, good delay on the Flood. Now Flood will be used. Bunch of units will be flying over there, but they will not be killed. Some of those Watchtowers expansions, pretty decent. Wall hub will be cancelled in order to not waste that much money. And I get that Vito don't want to invest in those power points, that he got almost 15 power points. He should get like War Chant or something like that to deal more damage. But at least he will take down this Maltreon in level 3 as well. This is really important. He at least got 1k command points at the moment, and he's in the winning side. Also, he got to be careful. He got to get himself lots of towers, because his opponent is looking towards the Eagle Alliance. Out of 15 power points, he got almost 14. So we got to be really careful with that. And if he forces his opponent to use Eagle Alliance defensively, it's something really, really good to see. Also, it's pretty good that Cr0w was able to find an opening and deal damage towards the furnaces, getting himself more and more command points in the process, the power points in the process, because with 15 power points, as I said before, and good micro with those Riven Lancers, he'll be able to get some pressure done. There are Eagle Alliance, Industry out of the Vito, and Cr0w. It's not a bad idea, but some crossbones in this point of the game could be useful. Oh, see, Eagle Alliance summon, there are no anti-air over there in the army of Isengard, and all of them will be killed. Whitesman of Download will be summoned, but it doesn't matter. You don't have anti-air, Fireball been used, Legolas will be killed. I guess this is for sure. Maybe he'll be purchased. No, he is not purchased. Legolas is still alive, which is super weird. Arwen low on health, and she will be... no, she will get away. Saruman will be killed. Heal will be used on Arwen, I guess. Legolas was killed. This is something that shouldn't happen. Yes, Arwen received heal. Lurs will be killed in the process also. Eagle Alliance is pretty damn good against Elves, against Isengard. Definitely with Isengard doesn't possess the necessary upgrades for his units, he will lost everything, but definitely Fortress got fire arrows, so that's no way that Eagles will get near the fortress, that Eagles will be able to destroy this furnace on level 3. So I got to say everything goes well for Isengard, even if he lost all those units and all those heroes. He can easily recreate them, and Eagles will disappear at the moment, and there is nothing to protect the Elven player from being completely destroyed. And another Maltree is going down. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Elven player. He lost a hero, he got another hero, but Arwen is not doing that much damage. Only 2 furnaces on level 1. They're not that important for the Isengard player. Legolas on the battlefield, but he's so squishy that he can be killed easily. There is no devastation. There is a Watcher. I guess devastation could work better because you can stop those units from moving and get yourself a little bit of resources, and Isengard is pretty much resource heavy, so if you can go Echo you should definitely do it, like go with Industry, Devastation and Whitesman of Downland as tier 2 power points is really well good done, get yourself more and more resources, and with free Uruk pits you could easily overspam your opponent, even if it's an elf, as you can see. And really well established heroes like Lurs and Saruman, come on, you can easily do it. You can easily do it. Definitely take Devastation. Don't react to tier 3 power points just because you can purchase them. Don't go straight ahead. Look what may work for you in this point of the game, and just execute, because later on you may get more and more power points because of this. And now, as I said, Devastation could stop this Arwen. She could be killed, even wasn't being able to use Flood, so that could definitely benefit more the Isengard player instead of a Watcher. Because there is nothing that Watcher could actually kill or is worth to killing. Pikes can be easily taken down by Uruk-hais. There is also Lurs with his really good abilities like leadership, and Cripple may take care about Arwen, which will happen. Yes, indeed, Arwen will be killed. There is nothing that the Elf could do with it. But Elf, oh my god, I will not summon Watcher over there. There are not lots of units to be killed actually, only like 4 battalions of infantry. That's not big of the deal for this really well established Isengard. More tower expansions at this point, that's not pretty important. But Elf is looking for the Flood ability, 20 power points away, it's lots of power points. But if only Isengard will not take care about his base or not attacking his opponent, because there is no army, you just crush the army of your opponent, you got Palantir, Vision of Palantir to check it out, which you're not doing, you got Cr0w to do it as well. It's not like your opponent got any of those power points that gives him some bonuses, some spell bonuses, and you should run into the opponent's base, destroy all those Maltrees, stay away from the fortress as long as possible. Saruman on the battlefield, also Pikes dealing damage. I don't know how Elf could withstand this. Of course he will be forced to summon Tom Bombadil, then you get away and wait for another round actually. You just want to deal as much damage as possible before Eagle Alliance will be summoned. And now he should definitely get away. With those units also. You just need to get away. You don't want to fight here. You don't want to waste this army. And this is what Vito is doing actually. He's allowing the Stone Bombardil to deal as much damage as possible. He may take down the Green Pigeon on level 3. It's a good pickup, but losing lures in the process is not something that you would like to do. So no leadership for the Uruk-hais, another really good sounding song. So if you're in this really well established position and you saw Tom Bombadil, because it's only Tom Bombadil who's dealing damage, look at this, he's knocked down the Saruman, Fireball being used on the Green Pigeon.
I choose to stay here with you.
But it shouldn't happen. If you saw Tom Bombadil and you got tons of units on the battlefield and you don't want to waste all those units and all those heroes, because he lost at the moment this Saruman because of this Tom Bombadil summon. He should get away and just deal the damage later. A little bit later. And Weizmann down to finish off the Green Pigeon. Flood ability out of Arman is available. An upgraded fortress for Elf as well. Isengard should think about execution later on. After your opponent summoned the Tom Bombadil and you knew that you can get away and attack your opponent later because you saw eagles appear, so they're not a threat for a while yet, you should do it. You should let this Tom Bombadil run out of time and then attack your opponent. Tom Bombadil is really good against any kind of units. So, and even heroes, he can trample heroes, as we saw in this matchup, so it's definitely not worth it to just get into the base of your opponent, especially when your opponent got completely nothing at this point of the game. And now Isengard got to invest enough tons of resources again into reviving those two heroes, reviving his entire army. Instead he could go for upgrades now, but he got to invest tons of resources in the units and army. Good hot strike although for Cr0w, he's able to catch and kill all those Warg Riders, which is really good. Level 5 Lancers. Nicely done out of Cr0w. It's not something that you saw tons of times. And Legolas on the battlefield, Palantir being used. I don't know where to just catch up those Riven Lancers on level 5 with Warg Riders on level 1. It's not something that you would like to do. And we got 17 power points out of Cr0w. His R1 will get crippled and she will be killed. There is no flood ability, he will not be used. Because it's like 2 shots and she's dead. But still, it shouldn't actually happen. There are only like 3 battalions, which only this battalion is dealing some damage. And you got 10 power points, you got use in the devastation. Get yourself 2k resources and stop those units from moving a bit. Armory will appear late. I got to say it's late for the Isengard to create armory in this situation. But armory nonetheless. Those Riven Lancers will be able to get away. Yes, the Banneker will get away. And this furnace is not on level 3, so it's not going to shoot. And Legolas dealing damage towards furnaces, this is something that shouldn't happen. Level 7 for him at the moment. And we got Saruman back on the battlefield. Let's check the power points of Cr0w. And as we can see, almost summon eagles. So this is why he's moving forward. With this squishy Legolas and this completely no army kind of the squishy units that could be killed pretty easily by one Warg Rider battalion allures. He's just binding out his opponent again in order to regain eagles. He's getting away a bit, just buying time, regaining eagles, and then killing this entire army. Killing those 2 heroes will just do the job over there and get himself more power points. But because as you can see, Flood is almost here, like 7 power points away from the Flood ability. Is our elfin player, and he just spent 2k resources in order to get Eagle over there and on top, because he realized that his opponent is not investigating any crossbones. He got upgraded fortress, and here we go, Eagle Alliance. You should definitely spread this army. But the aim is here for those two heroes, and this is everything that Elf got to do. Without crossbones, those heroes will be killed. And there is devastation. Like, a little bit too late. Okay, so Saruman is dead. And now this eagle should get away. You don't want to waste this eagle. And Lures will be killed in the process also. And here he goes down. Level 8 for Legolas. And look at the power points. 22 power points at the moment for the Elf player. After killing those two heroes. And there is no way that Isengard could do anything with it. There is entire... This side was completely empty. It should be attacked by those eagles. Instead, those eagles were wasted. And look at those Riven Lancers. They're MVP. They forced the Isengard to stay in the base, dealing damage, getting the elf the amount of power points that he got at the moment, and cut themselves level 6. This is almost unheard of. Upgrades been purchased by the Isengard player, but at this point, when they're going to stack here in the game like that, Devastation been used, and also this the lightning strike that's going to kill one battalion actually. Not really cost effective, but there is nothing that Isengard could do. He's going into the base of the opponent, base trade, but there will be an eagle, and this giant eagle will take care about this entire army. Even if it's upgraded army, he will knock them down. The Legolas will deal with them with the hot strike also. And we got 25 power points, almost Tom Bombadil, so Tom Bombadil himself could put them down actually. Like no down, but they're not going to be able to do damage because they will be trampled all the time. So there is no way for Isengard at the moment to deal any kind of damage. So there is a flawed ability. Tom Bombadil almost here. Eagle will be here in the process. Legolas will level up. Yeah, there is tons of investments over there out of those Urukais. And they are not going to be cost effective. Even if they destroy entire base over there, but not the fortress, if they're not going to kill... Oh my god, this was pretty weird to use float in your own base. To be honest, he got this. He got Tom Bombadil. He could summon Tom Bombadil to protect his base. He doesn't need to waste float for this. He lost all those... Oh my god, now there is no way that he could push back. I mean, with the float ability to take care about this base, yes, but without it, I don't think so that Isengard will allow him to recreate his base at this point. And I guess that Vito will waste out and get himself fire arrows and some crossbones, which he's not doing for some reason.
What are we building?
Maybe he thought that this eagle is not big of the deal, which he's mistaken. Level 10 Legolas, this is with Arrow Wind. This is pretty nice. All those towers expansions has been destroyed. There are only 2 Mao trees. Those Riven Lancers on level 9, this is kind of really impressive. Oh, you use Devastation, Industry on this furnace? Not the wisest decision. Use this on this one, on level 3. Fireball been used, but it's not going to stopping this eagle from destroying. And really, now Vito should concentrate on the base of his opponent. Now when he destroyed everything, and he knew that his opponent got nothing else than this giant eagle and this battalion of Riven Lancers, you got to destroy the base of your opponent, destroy the fortress. This eagle will be annoying. You can kill this Arwen, you can kill this Legolas because he will be forced to protect the fortress. And now there is a Tom Bombadil somewhere. And you should just get away. But you're not able to do it, Sonic Song. And also the float ability being used. No, Legolas wisely using his arrow went into one target, which is Lures. And he will be killed, no matter what. It was nice that he used the Watcher to take him down, like push them away so the argument will finish and not killing the Saruman, but there was still some kind of units, even though spikes finish him off receiving level 3. And also this eagle. That I think eagles and those Riven Lancers plus wisely used of the Tomb Bombarded is something that at least keeps the elf alive. And look at this entire army been destroyed. And water been used also. Which shouldn't been taken into consideration at this point of the game, because there is nothing that Elf could do. Elf doesn't possess the units actually. He possessed only those power points that been used already. And now we got crossbows. Are you going for level 3? No, you're not going for level 3 for the armory. Why? You got enough resources. Come on, you got Devastation, Industry and White Small Download. What more you want to get? Oh, I know, maybe Fury of Fire. Fury of Fire and War Chant. That's pretty important. But look at this. One Giant Eagle. All that you need to have. And there is heal ready. And it should be used. Oh, he's still biting. Okay, good job, heal been used. And you can use stop button and just stop those units. Only Work Riders are upgraded actually. Devastation been used. Nicely done. But I don't think so it's going to be enough. No, they will get away. Palantir? Palantir is not available. At least you got War Chant. At least you got War Chant on those crossbones. This is pretty nice. Are you going for upgrades? For fire arrows upgrades? No, you're not. I don't know why. Another barrack. This barrack is pretty far away from the fortress. No one like it's matter at the moment, because when your opponent is an Isengard and he got upgrades, he can take down this elfin barrack with ease. Heal up those units from Vito. And what is Vito's plan at the moment to do? I don't know what kind of plan Cr0w got. He's going to harass his opponent, and he was doing a really good job. Look at this. No furnaces completely. Those two furnaces are like something that is so important for Isengard at the moment. If it's get flooded and those two furnaces went down, plus those expansions, Towers expansions, it's going to be horrible for the Isengard. Because he will lose this command points lead at the moment, and his entire base will be open. I would like to push forward button at the moment, but we'll be waiting for this Saruman and Elves to appear. Maybe they will do some magic. Also, there is a lightning strike yet available. Definitely good usage on those Riven Lancers. And again, Arwen will be crippled and killed. This is a nice job, but what about this eagle? You got War Chant. War Chant has got really fast respawn and really hurt Giant Eagle. Oh my god. It was good, it was good. War Chant will be used. Palantir is not yet ready, but it should be over. It should be over for this Giant Eagle. Almost. Those two battalions doesn't fire up. Oh, Riven Lancers almost killed. Almost killed the Riven Lancers battalion. No upgrades for the Isengard yet. Really, he needs to upgrade those units. Riven Lancers on level 10 will be killed already. At last, I got to say. Not already, at last. Well, look at this. He lost 200 command points. And Flood is almost ready. Giant Eagles are here. The Stone Bombarded will be here as well. Isengard got to move out and use this industry as much as possible on those two furnaces. Not this one. Why on this one? It's on level 2 only. Those two structures gives you the most of the resources, not this one. And there is a heal out of Isengard. Isengard can play like that because it doesn't matter what kind of power points he possessed. To be honest, he got to only destroy this fortress and kill the eagle, which none of those power points will help him. And heal is pretty good for healing heroes, and definitely crossbones should get those fire arrows, because then this eagle will be killed. And Tomb Bombadil is ready, Giant Eagles are ready, and Arrow Volley is the next power point that the Elf is going to be used defensively. And Giant Eagles will be summoned, and this entire army is completely toast. Heal been used. To be honest, those Giant Eagles should fight with those crossbows. There are like 3 battalions of crossbows. Oh, Cr0w on the battlefield, even better. Arrow when been used also by Legolas, killing all those units in the process, even the Whitesman of Downland. Night Fighter to get more defense. Nice Cr0w over there. Lore's been killed also, Cr0w receiving level 4, also Deadeye, really good ability. And as you can see, Vito was using all his abilities in this battle, except Warchant, but Warchant is so fast of the respawn that we are not counting this even. And now we are waiting for Flood on the side of Cr0w. He's based on his power points, and definitely the summon of Ants is pretty important, while this Lightning Strike is not available yet. Definitely this... Oh, those 2 eagles didn't enough damage to take down this Cronus on level 3, which is really nice, and this one may be killed as well, or rather destroyed. As we can see, Vito doesn't possess any units. He got Devastation, so we can stop those units, but in the process he'll waste the ability that gives him 2k resources out of the trees, so he's definitely not going to do it. Legolas with Night Fighter will deal damage towards the furnace in order to get himself 15 power points, and get End Summon in order to destroy the fortress. And Isengard is doing nothing. Sitting on 1k resources, there we go, End Summon. And I think Vito will get enough. Vito will get enough, he doesn't have power points available to take care about this. He's stopping producing units, he's going for War Riders, but it's not going to work out at all. This spread was something that I don't know why Cr0w was doing it. And there is Wormtongue, are you kidding me? I mean, there is nothing that you can do. Your fortress will slowly getting down, and Deadeye will definitely take care about the Wormtongue. If fortress for Vito goes down, there is nothing that he can do. Even if Saruman and Lurs will appear on the battlefield, without the fortress in this point of the game, he's completely toast. And he doesn't have resources also, even if he got all those resource gathering power points. Because he was played by his opponent, to be honest, and this armory is not yet on level 3, fire arrows will not be researched. Arrow went again in order to get rid of those units. One end will go down, Warton will be used, but Fortress of Vito is going down, no matter what. There is no heal, heal been already used on this Legolas. And here we go. Tomb Bombadil, Fortress is gone, Saruman is gone, Wormtongue is gone. Oh, we got even Mirkud archers on the battlefield. Just for fun, to be honest. And this is over, this is over, this is GG. Really good spell usage by Cr0w, I got to say. He was in really bad shape, but he was able to figure it out. Vito wasn't attacking his opponent also when he got the chance. And wasn't using Palantir in order to find out what his opponent is planning or what he possessed. Warguard is getting into the pikes, killing themselves in the process, and this is it, this is GG. Vito has been defeated. Really good game of both the players, but as I said, Vito got really tons of opportunities to win this game. But he also committed too much to the couple of attacks when Tomb Bombadil appeared, and good usage of Tomb Bombadil can destroy your entire army and also push heroes back and even kill them. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you enjoy, feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.